As a young girl, climbing was all about having fun.
Film je al?
As a young woman, climbing was still about fun, but the definition of fun had slightly changed.
Oh, maat. So, 31 hours later. Just in time for the sunrise. Yeah, at least we get a really nice view. So what was your least favorite about this trip?
Ooh. Quite a few things.
For me, climbing has always been a way to express, develop, and push myself.
Wow, what a route!
But the more serious I became, the harder it was to find the right partner. To find someone with the same level, motivation, and experience. Let alone someone who's also a woman.
Oh, look at that view! Pretty awesome!
This film is about my search for that partner. Or at least, that's what I thought. Like many other female climbers, I climb with men. On weekends, on holidays, in the Alps, on expedition, just basically always.
Oh, ik heb het fucking koud, maat.
But to be honest, climbing with men wasn't that bad either. Maybe it was even good. My male partners became friends, we climbed, we laughed. Life was good.
We gaan lekker kiezen. Misschien doen ze dat daar ook.
Ja.
Climbing with men also didn't really keep me from talking about having my period or the struggles of peeing in the mountains as a woman. Fuck, that is so annoying. These men who can pee so easily without getting snow in their pants, freezing their asses off. I'm just jealous. And for sure I'm not alone. The more my partners considered these typical female struggles a taboo or felt awkward about it, the more willingly and loudly I shared. I think, more than anything else, just to make a point. And honestly, I enjoyed it, balancing on the edges of people's boundaries. I had everything I wanted, and yet I kept feeling this deep, longing desire. A desire for someone I hadn't met yet. A partner that would fit the puzzle perfectly. I wanted to do what I love most with other women. I wanted to share my struggles, to be understood without words, to feel accepted, to be seen. Maybe I just wanted to be me. Trying to find my place in society, I more and more realized all the things I was doing because someone else wanted it from me. Things that society dictates. Or do I let society dictate? There are so many rules for how we, women, have to look and behave. You know, I always shave my legs, but I never really understood why. Aren't these hairs super useful in keeping me warm when sleeping on cold north faces in winter? I had all these questions. What did I do for me? And what did I do for others? Climbing with men became different. Or maybe I realized how I was different in the presence of a man. If I knew where to go, but my male partner wasn't sure, I also started to doubt. I even struggled to claim the crux pitches, just because a man claimed it more. I started accepting their ideas, even if they weren't always mine. Somehow, I underestimated myself, and I put myself second. Is this what it looks like to fit in our society? Even if the cost is losing myself? Was my search for this perfect female partner actually a search for my own place in society? Or even more, was it a search for myself? I became angry and frustrated. Maybe more about myself than my surroundings. Where was this strong, independent woman?
Stop. Stop telling me what to do. Stop telling me what not. Stop telling me whatever you think you know better, only because I'm a woman. Stop assuming I'm not capable. Stop assuming I need your beta. I may, but only if I ask you so. Stop saying it's so inspiring. Stop pretending it's so special. Stop talking. Just stop talking. If only you'd care to listen. Stop taking the lead. Stop making all the choices. Stop climbing my cruxes, only because I don't claim them loudly. Let me be, if you care. Let me climb, if you dare. Because I deserve a sister. Morning, Faye.
Morning.
What time is it?
Very early. It's what time is it? It's past midnight. 15 minutes past midnight.
And where are we going?
We're going on an extraordinary adventure.
God. When two friends told me the conditions were looking good on the south face of the Grandes Jorasses, I had never heard of any route on this face. And the information that we found online was very limited. So I was super keen to go and check it out, going for the adventure, the unknown. So we left Chamonix at midnight and drove through the tunnel to the Italian side of the Mont Blanc Massif. We put on our shoes, and after some hours of approach in the darkness, we immediately arrived at what was the crux of the route, this big overhanging serac of inconsistent snow above a blank slab. Faye tied in the rope and tried first, but her ice axes had slipped, not getting any grip in this inconsistent snow there. So it was up to me to give it a try. I moved carefully, placing one ice axe after the other, testing them before committing, and balancing my feet on these really tiny edges for my crampons. And then finally, I could put my foot onto what was sort of a footstep in the snow and pull myself to safety. And I was really happy and relieved, but also a little bit scared because this was only the first 50 meters of climbing, and what was going to be next? So we followed the gully of rotten thin ice when the sun came out to heat up the wall and our bodies. And it was this really strange feeling, being here in the heart of winter, but it didn't feel like winter at all. And we continued, we got higher and higher on the route, moving at a steady pace. And then we arrived at this point of no return, in the middle of the wall where you had to do this traverse. And Faye and me, we both knew that we were late, that we were behind schedule because we had lost quite some time at the start. But I looked her in the eyes and I felt it. I knew we are going for the adventure, we are just going for it. So we traversed through the wall and started to climb these endless snowfields. But also here, the wind started to pick up, blowing straight through all the layers of clothing that we had. It became cold, darker. Where before it had felt like summer, here winter was really slapping us in the face. So we slowed down considerably. The cold, the darkness, the fatigue, the altitude, the wind. It was all really grim. But it also meant that we were all the happier when we finally set foot on the summit. And I hugged Faye and I knew we had climbed the Phantom.
Most people have a certain phantom that blocks them. An idea that something is against them. A thought that prevents them from being happy, from having fun, from living life.
And now pistachio.
My desire for this perfect partner was my own phantom. It made me blind. But I hadn't been searching in the right direction. Anger is never the solution, not in the crux of a route, nor in life itself. The missing pieces were to be found within me, by changing my own perspective. It was time to spread my wings. There's no one perfect partner to fit the puzzle, but life is a combination of many different pieces. When put together rightly, it can transform you into a butterfly.
Hey there, butterfly. What are you doing here?
The right partners were already around me. I just had to stop looking to fade the phantom within me and have fun.